everybody. Just figured I would do a little check-in. It's been a little minute since I've kind of talked about life in general. Most of the live streams have been very content specific and you know, I kind of touch on things here and there, but I haven't really updated you guys. Um Last video that I did was, I talked about the fact that my dad didn't show up even though he was supposed to be coming down. Well, apparently, because I called him like a day or two after I posted that, after not hearing anything from him. Um, and apparently, Bo, the last of my mom's little schnauzy dogs, he was having some stomach upset problems. Bless his poor little heart. Um, and Bo has a tendency occasionally to get car sick, and my dad didn't want to take the risk of having to put him through all that, since he already wasn't feeling great, so they opted to stay home. And his response was, "Oh, my bad. Sorry." Um, he told me in the same phone call that he was supposed to be coming down this past weekend, which was Sunday, which was also my dad's birthday. And nothing again. So I called him yesterday and he told me, "Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I forgot." I've had the flu the last 5 days. Um, I asked him if he tested for COVID, because whole new strain thing, and he said he tested twice and came back negative, and that everything in that regard is fine. But his exact words were, is he was like, "This flu strain is nasty." He's like, "It kicked my butt." And then he said on top of it, and now um, Kelly is sick. Kelly is the step monster. And I was just like, I don't care. Um, it sounds ugly. I mean, I'm not really worried about her. I'm worried about him because, my dad had a accident when I was a really young kid and he doesn't have his spleen. So whenever he gets sick with something, it tends to hit him really hard naturally anyway. Um, so he told me that he tried everything that he knew to try. He was taking extra vitamin C and vitamin D and vitamin zinc, zinc and stuff like that. Um, and he knows, he's very knowledgeable. He went to nursing school a year after I did. He worked in the ICU for years. I mean, he just retired from nursing last year. Um, so, I mean, he even said too that he went to the doctor at one point and they put him on prednisone, and even that didn't give him any relief. So he's just been basically writing it out, and he says it's kind of sapped all of his energy. Um, but he is going to be staying home. Not because of the flu, because he said he's feeling better, and that realistically, Kelly would probably prefer to be down here. Um, anyway, even being sick, which is weird, but whatever. But they're staying home because point of landfall or area of landfall for this hurricane is literally 45 minutes south of where they live, which is where I moved here from. Um, I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. I'm glad I'm going to miss that because I hate dealing with storms. Not because I'm afraid of them, but just because they're a pain in the ass. Um, so he did tell me though that if they decide for whatever reason to come over this way to get away from that, that he would text me. But I'm not going to hold my breath on all that because here we are 2 times in where he says he's going to text me and he forgets to text me. So, I mean, I can't wrap my mind around that, mainly because, I'm the type of person that if I tell you I'm going to text you, I'm going to text you. I mean, yeah, even if I say, "Hey, look, something come up, not coming, sorry, I'll reschedule, whatever, whatever," at the very least, I'll let you know what's going on so that you're not sitting there wondering if I'm laying on the roadside dead somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Um, I mean, I don't really know what to make of all of it because, my dad doesn't really have a lot going on these days since he retired, and now the step monster is retired, so I mean, they really only leave the house to go to the store or go to the movies or go to church. Oh, that brings up something too. So I went on Facebook and was farting around, and then there was a post of my dad's page showed up where the step monster had tagged my dad in a video. And it was of a pool. And I was like, why would you be texting him in that? They don't even have a pool. So um, I clicked on it and watched it. And apparently, the church that he's been going to, which that's a whole conversation unto itself, um, was doing a group baptism, and he was like third in line. And I was watching this going like, who are you? And I mean, I'm not judging, the fact that he has his faith base and everything. It's just kind of really hard to wrap my mind around it, since, over the duration of my life, I can count how many times on both hands my dad has been in a church. And it usually has had to do with like a wedding or a funeral, you know what I mean? So, I mean, he's had like this entire shift, since this woman has come into his life. And it's really strange to kind of wrap my mind around it. I mean, it would be one thing, if that were going on prior to her showing up, but, whatever. Anyway, so I've been doing my continuing education. I've been working through agency. There's been a few places that I've been to that were actually really, really nice. The rehab that I went to was super nice. Not difficult work, and then I've gone to a couple of places that I was looking at the building going, Jesus Christ, this place looks like shit. But the care level was actually pretty good. So, I mean, I haven't seen anything yet that would make me go, holy shit, I need to get out of here. But, yeah, so far so good, You guys saw the picture of the hair. My hairstylist, my new hairstylist, God bless her. She did a great job. I told her that I wanted to transition to a biolage, and this is step one of that. She let me know that ideally the darker color, the black, was going to have to go. Because it's very, very tricky, apparently, to do a 3-color biolage and actually have it look good. So, eventually the black is going to disappear. And even though I do like the 3-color combo, I'm going to be transitioning to a red blonde biolage. So, yeah, I'm trying to simplify, trying to think of what else. Oh, with my dad not coming down, I did the same thing again. I didn't schedule any ships during this time frame, but God's honest truth, despite him not coming down, I'm not going anywhere. My next shift is with the ALF Friday, which is totally fine with me because, I mean, we're looking at 80% chance of rain for like the next 3 days, and I really just don't want to have to fool with all that. I'm not really worried about storm or anything like that, like damaging winds or stuff like that, because the likelihood of that's pretty small given where I'm at. But my main thing is that there are streets here that accumulate water, like standing water, really easily. And even though I drive a truck, which is equipped for that, I just don't want to be out in it because I'm not worried so much about my driving. I'm worried about other people's driving because people are crazy. We know this. I was thinking, even though, I mean, I'm not technically in hurricane path, I'm not in that cone. We could have us a hurricane party later on tonight, just talk about random stuff. Do like retro stuff, if you guys are interested, because, I'm still relatively new. I mean, I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to see me throw some insight on anything in particular. If you do, leave me a comment, let me know. We'll kind of sort it, and either I can do that tonight or tomorrow. Everything on the home front is good. I'm going to be spending it doing some cleaning, doing some cooking. I'm actually doing laundry right now, which I'm probably going to have to go and shuffle to the dryer. But other than that, yeah, all's well. How are things with you guys? Touch base, let me know. Trying to think. Oh, this right here. Before anybody asks, I did not get punched for some reason. Like the last 2 days, like 2 days ago, I had like a really nasty chapped section right there, and it just split. So I didn't get punched out or anything. Oh, that brings up another thing. Getting punched and the ALF thing. My crazy man who beat me up with the cane got transferred to the hospital because he had a really, really nasty urinary tract infection. but that was not the reason why he was beating people up. Apparently, he has still been beating people up in the hospital, and they are holding on to him. He got moved to a rehab for physical therapy, and he is being resistant and combative with the physical therapy folks. And the last update that I had on him is that he will not be coming back to the ALF unless he can actually transfer himself from place to place. Like if he can't get up and walk himself from the bed to the bathroom or from the bed to the living room, he's not going to come back. And he is being so non-compliant and combative and physically aggressive with people that he's not participating at all. So what the next projected plan for that is they're trying to get him into the VA. I'm curious to see how long that's going to take, because I've been told a couple of times over that the waiting list for a nursing home, VA nursing home, is actually pretty long. But the likelihood that I'm ever going to see him again is pretty low, which is not a bad thing, because again, I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about all my little old ladies at the nursing home, since he's aggressive to women. No DON still. And apparently the administrator's totally fine with that she says she doesn't need an administrator, even though she doesn't need a DON, even though a DON's responsibility is to be on call to cover shifts in case there is a call out, because you have to have so many nursing hours on the book in a day. You have to have a full 24 hours worth of nursing care. There was a day apparently recently where a nurse called out for a 16-hour shift halfway in. So you're talking about 12 hours of no nurse in the building, and the administrator said to somebody, oh, well, if I knew that I didn't have to have an LPN here to get things done, I would have done this a long time ago. That is a very, very, very scary prospect, because medication technicians are not able to do a lot of things that nurses are able to do. And if there's a medical emergency, you don't have anyone actually equipped in the building to respond appropriately. So that opens up a lot of liability for the staff members that are there, the techs and the CNAs that are there. It opens up liability for the facility, which apparently they are aware of all this, and they're not really doing anything, at the corporate level. They don't seem to be worried either, because, their money's still coming in. So that's wild to me. Just goes to show that, healthcare has not been about actual patient care for quite a while now, and it's solely gone to the money side of things. And that's really scary, because with that sort of mentality, there's a loss of patients being humans and the staff being humans, and it's like, where do we go from here? So that's what I got. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. It's starting to thunder. The sky's getting darker, so I expect there to be nice little downpour coming up soon. The projected rainfall for like 2 o'clock today was supposed to be at like 80%. So I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go fart around, take care of some stuff. Like I said, let me know if you guys want to do a hurricane party with me tonight. We will do a little bit of whatever, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Bye, y'all.